Hello, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about why I haven't been on very lately and making videos as often. As you may know, not that I was kind of losing my hair, but I decided to get a hair transplant. If you guys want to see real quick. So um, from this point on, I'll probably be wearing a hat. Nothing, crazy about it. But it's been hard to go outside and do everything I would normally do. I'll take my hat off occasionally. It is growing. Um, it's been a full month, so I haven't really been on for this past month, as you may know. For those who really stick to the channel, but if anyone wants to know what actually happens and how everything went, my basically just my experience. This is what this video is going to be about. So we're going to start right off. You know, um, they did what they had to do. They used some needles in the back, um, in the front. They numbed it up, took the hairs out, put them in the front, and was walking around with this odd-looking thing on the front, about like this. I was numbed up. The top of my head for about a day or two would be a little bit like swollen. Basically, the doctors were all very chill about it. What they told me, when you're about to get a hair transplant, it's kind of like, all right, well, the needles are going to be the worst part. Once they get to removing the hairs, you're going to be fine. You probably won't feel it. Um, you know, you kind of felt it a little bit. I felt it a little bit in the front, but it wasn't that big of a deal where I'd be like, all right, stop, like stop right here. But the doctor was very chill. He was like, all right, so don't we he knew that his doctor did so well with the work that he did, and he was like, all right, this guy's experienced. He knows what he's doing. um, don't worry too much. Just try your best to follow the rules and everything that they've written down. Pretty much they gave me like a list of things I had to do. A lot of people will be given um, specific medications, stuff like that afterward. I didn't have to take any of those meds after the fact. I just took them during the procedure, so that wasn't too bad. But for the most part, he kind of just said, try your best to follow the directions given for the after care of the hair, because the hairs can fall out or be ripped out, or anything can happen, and accidents happen. The thing you'd want to do really is just follow the directions of the doctor. He even said, like, you know do your best to do everything to the basically to the do your best to follow the directions, because that's going to be key to protecting your hairs. One thing I've had issues with is like, um, it's the sun. Oh man, you can't go anywhere without the sun beating on your hair. So I keep the hat on me all the time. I'll push it back if I have sun on me. So the first 2 weeks, you got these scabs that are all over your head, and they're brutal. If you can, because you know what it was. I went into the doctor's, and he was like, "All right, you know," I told him, I was like, "All right, I got to go back to work the next day," and he's like, At first he was like, "All right, we'll set it up," and then when I came in the next time around, he's like, "Yeah, try to get at least 5 days off, because you're gonna need some time to heal and just sit in the bed, sit in your room, relax." So I was lucky enough. Boss gave me off 10 days, which is quite a lot, but I was, I needed those 10 days because the scabs were so bad. Um, they just I mean, at least it did show like a hairline. The hairline was there, the scab line, but I was glad for that. But after the 10 days were up, on the 11th day, I had 11 days off actually, and the 12th day I went back to work. It was nice. But on the 11th day, I was able to go back into the doctor's, and he was like, "All right, we're gonna wash them off." So he helped me wash some of the scabs off, and then I went back home, and I washed the. He was like, "All right, you're gonna wash the rest of the additional scabs off your head. When you get home, if you can't get them all off today, no big deal. Get them off throughout the week. They're gonna fall out, and you don't have to be super cautious after the 11th day." He said. So that's what I did. So I washed them out as soon as I got home. Everything came out. It kind of gave you the impression that I shaved the head a little odd, but the hairs were there, so that was good. Um, my first day going out was actually the fourth or fifth day. That was 4th of July. That was my first day going outside of the house. 4th of July. It was like the third day after the um, the hair was transplanted, but it was rough. So I didn't go out during the sunny hours. I just went out at night. I was out for a couple hours tops, kind of just relaxing. He they let me know like he can't really. I think it's just the days of. I'm not 100% sure, but some about alcohol and caffeine. So I just to be sure, I stayed away from it, both of those for a little while, just to be sure. I'm sure Um, just follow the directions of your doctor. Whatever whatever they say, that's what you should follow to a T if you can. But yeah, 4th of July was the first day I went out. You get odd. It was like odd looks because of the scabs, but overall it wasn't that bad. It definitely feels weird going out. I was kind of like bothered because it looked rough. Um, but on a good note, I still went out. I still had a good time, and that was the key. Just have a fun time, and hopefully I can get through all that. But that was my first day out. After that, I think I started on the 10th or 11th day. I think it was the 11th day, right before work. I went to karaoke. So on that day, I I bought this hat. All the scabs were already washed off, so I was good to go. There may have been a few lying around, but by the time I went back to work, I was fine. So I wore the hat forward. Well, I did karaoke, no big deal. Um, that was a fun night. Still had a good time. Um, Now it's like I just pick or choose when I wear the hat. Like if I'm going to the post office or quick trip to Stop and Shop or however, I'm just gonna go in. I can go in without a hat with the hat. It's not a big deal. But as far as so I'm at the month point right now. The hairs that so basically like the front portion here, the hairs were there already. They shaved it and it started to grow back, but the hairs were already here on um the what is it, the temples, the sides, where the peaks come up. There wasn't very much hair there. If you really look at my videos, there wasn't very much hair there. So since it's been a month, they say you're probably gonna experience some shedding. So I was kind of getting prepared for that. I've been taking my medications, doing whatever I got to do, um, but that wasn't too bad. The spots that was shaven that didn't have hair, they shedded pretty fairly. Like I don't know if you probably can't tell, but like way up in here, there's the hair is shedding out and getting like thinner. It is the first month, so it's supposed to shed out. It's supposed to look rough for a little while. I'm glad the front is coming back. They buzzed it. Sometimes there's like shock loss, I think it's called, when the even the hairs that were there just pretty much, I don't know if they fall out or they get damaged or something, but a lot of times that's what they say. Something about shock loss and the hairs that were originally there getting some form of damage. So I don't know much about it, but I do know as of now they are growing. They're growing fairly long and where the hairs were. So hope for the best. Um, it's month one, week 1 month and 1 week. So I got 2 more months before it really starts to kick in and things start to look a lot better. Um, you're gonna see. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you some progression. Hopefully all these hairs come in nice. Like I said, they'll shed out, but they should be coming back. Um, I just figured I'd share the story. So far, every time it's just like, do I go out with a hat? Do I go out without a hat? I was at my job the other day, and there's this one guy that came up to me. He's like, what are you doing with your hair? Like, you know, why are you shaving your head like this? Because basically, if you ever seen it before, they bring you in, and if you're going in for the um, the widow's peak problem as well as thinning, etc., that's pretty much what I got going on. But if they see that your widow's peak or thinning, they're gonna shave it down. Like even if you have hair all the way up here, they still go higher if they see it at all thin. This way, they're able to literally they just implant new hairs. It's probably for the better though, to make sure everything looks even, and especially in the front. Like it is better off that they did that. But he was like, not to offend you or nothing, but why are you shaving your head like that? Like, why did you just like shave the front? It looks weird. He said. And I was like, yeah, I just had an implant, and that's just how they shaved it. I do think he ended up feeling a little bad for that, but it is what it was, and hopefully it'll grow back soon. But that was like my only situation. Now, uh, there hasn't been many people that really mention it, so I do karaoke just like this, hat back. This isn't something I normally would do, but if I go out, I just wear hair hat back and nobody says anything. I go to the gym occasionally. I'm not really supposed to, but I think after a month they said you can. So this first week I've been going a little bit, but again, I think it's the doctor as far as the directions go. It's kind of like you know, little bit of sunlight for the next 4 to 6 months, from what I read, and what's the other one? Light sunlight and light exercise. So I'm a big lifter. I don't lift huge, but I'm into lifting, and um, I love going outside. So it's two things that I've been hiding from, which sucks. It's a lot. It's really a lot because you gotta like if you are unable to get 2 weeks off of work and you just can't do it, maybe money issues or the boss won't allow it. It'd be very hard to go into work the next day, the next few days. I'm telling you, because you got to be very I don't know. You gotta be like really strong to do that. You gotta have like a lot of courage and bravery. Because I'll show you. It's gonna be a little explicit, but explicit. However, if you guys want to see it, I'll probably just blur it out a bit. But basically, when those scabs were there, and when you were cut, like I was all cut up, and it's a rough look. It is. So I wouldn't have wanted to go to work like that. Um, I was glad they gave me the 12 days. I still look silly coming in. Like I said, it looked like I shaved my head in the front and forgot to shave the rest. So, I'm only 24, so I shouldn't be. Sucks. Balding happens, but yeah, he told me that I look like I shaved it. That was probably the worst situation I've gotten in so far. I went to the Jersey Shore. Same thing. I kept my hat on because it is sunny out. Walked around, no big deal. I went into like a bar or club or however, and kept my hat on. Same thing. I might have wore it like this a little bit inside though, like indoors. This way, because that's where like main part you don't get the sun here. So again, thank you for watching. If you guys are interested in any more videos, any more updates, this is the month update, the month and a week. So if you guys want to see more updates on my hair, I can show you before and afters. I've been doing keeps. I don't know if you guys know keeps, and if you're like for me, if you're extremely scheduled with it, keeps could be good. But if you forget for like one day, or you forget for like a quick half a second, or one portion of the day, my hair was quickly thinning. After I just either missed a half a day or however. But when I was like doing it on time, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I would put the medication in my hair, etc. And then 9 p.m. I would also do a reapply. And my hair was looking a little thicker, but it wasn't fixing the fact that the peaks were gone. The peaks were already gone by the time I got on the medications. So, um, as far as costs, this one costed me 7,500. So it's quite a bit of money. But normally they can range from anywhere from like 2 grand to 20,000, depending on where you get it. From what I've heard, not 100% on that, but um, I guess it depends where you go, where out of country you go. I don't know, but yeah, it's an expensive procedure. There are other procedures you could do. Again, I'm not a doctor, but this is just my experience, and you know, what is it worth it? We'll see. Hopefully, I can bring you guys for the experience and the ride. Again, I'll do an update video if you guys want to see it on what the hair looks like after. I'll have a couple photos between the last few weeks. I just hope it starts growing again. But anyways, thank you again, everyone. Please like and subscribe. My Robinhood and my Firstrade links are at the bottom if you guys are interested. So if you sign up, you get a free stock. Thank you again, everyone. Have a good Monday.